Okay everybody, now it's time for an introduction to our Caravan weight and tyre pressure calculator. At the moment this exists only as a web-based app, and to get access to the web-based app you'll need to give us your details so we can send you an invitation to the Caravan Confidence Crew membership. As a Caravan Confidence Crew member you'll get access to lots of different things, lots of value. And you'll also, once we've got it finished, have access to the Caravan weight and tyre pressure calculator as a proper downloadable app for your iPhone or your Android phone. But for now, let me just go through how it works and what it is. So you can see we've got here the first page of it where there's some input values, and we've got towing weight considerations. So when considering the impact of weight on your towing vehicle, you should consider all of the following: gross combined mass, gross vehicle mass, front and rear axle capacitors, rated towing capacity, rated ball weight, aggregate trailer mass, gross trailer mass, correct brakes, and whether or not there's any speed restrictions. Now, a lot of people will get advice from various places saying, oh, XYZ car can tow 3.5 tonne, your Caravan's 3 tonne, you'll be right. Sorry, you will probably not be right. And that is why only 1 in 10 Caravan car combinations on the road, according to the statistics from weighing, are legal. Now, speaking of that, I also have our professional weighing business, and you can see it advertised down here along with our Learn to Tow courses. So go and take a look at those. I'm not going to go through those definitions in any detail like is displayed there, but I will mention various aspects of it as I go through this calculator. So let's just pick a random kind of Caravan. Now I'm going to make these up out of my head, so we'll have to see if they work. But we'll give it a try. Let's see what we can find. Right, so let's make our Caravan 1880 kilograms tear weight. And let's say our aggregate trailer mass is 3,500 kilograms. And what you'll see straight away is that it's automatically calculated a gross trailer mass. That's because the gross trailer mass should be calculated as the full weight of the van, ATM, minus the tow ball weight. All right, and it's worked out a tow ball weight based on 10%. Now that might not be the correct tow ball or coupling weight percentage for your van, but for the moment it's just gone with that rule of thumb. Okay, so now when we actually go in, let's skip the gross trailer mass for the moment. Let's pretend we missed it on the plate. We didn't read it, and let's put in our empty coupling weight as, I don't know, let's try 165, 160, no, 155. Not even 150. There we go. So you can see that if our Caravan manufacturer had recommended an empty coupling weight, remember this is an empty coupling weight, I'll explain that in a bit more, the calculator has determined that that is less than 8%. Excuse me. And for most Caravan types that wouldn't be appropriate. So it said, well, I'm going to use 8% as the minimum. So let's just run with that for the moment. Now what you'll also notice is due to that change, the GTM has changed. So let's just say we double checked, we looked at that, oh, I didn't notice the GTM on my plate. I'll just put it in now. And there we go. All right. So now let's work with something a little more reasonable. No, we'll just leave that as it is. Let's just leave it as it is. So the axle group load capacity for this van is probably something like 3,500. So we'll put that in, and there you go, that's all done. And you can see it's worked out a gross trailer mass. It's told us that we need an 8% total weight as a minimum when we're of our empty weight, so 150 kilograms is 8% of 1880. It's told us that that's the percentage it's using, and it said if we apply that 8% to the fully loaded Caravan, your minimum coupling weight when you're fully loaded would be 280 kilograms. It's also told us that our payload capacity, which I often jokingly refer to as our wine carrying capacity, is 1,620 kilograms. Fabulous. Let's roll down through all the definitions, right down to the bottom of the page. Now, why is it doing this? I can't see the bottom of the page for some reason. Oh no, there it is there. I was missing it. Alright, so then we've got our tyre pressure calculator. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in our maximum load per single that's written on the side of your tyres. Ignore the placard on your Caravan. As I say to many people, the last people I would trust to tell me what tyre pressure to run is the Caravan manufacturer. I would go to the tyre manufacturer. And if you buy good quality tyres, they will have written on the side of them this information. The maximum load per single tyre. Now even if you've got dual axles, you're using the per single tyre because the dual doesn't refer to the number of axles. It refers to whether or not the tyres are side by side like they might be in a dual configuration on the drive axle of a truck, for instance. No Caravan that I'm aware of runs dualies. So we're running single tyres on each axle, on each side of each axle. And our tyre says, let's say 1,550 kilograms is our maximum load per single. Now it's asking for our pressure in PSI. That's because the formula requires PSI. And let's say our tyre says the maximum pressure is 80 PSI. And then what we'll do is we will say, okay, how many load-bearing tyres are there? Well, our Caravan's dual axle, it has 4. And hey presto, we've now got some more information. At our tear weight, right, the weight on the wheels at tear is 1,730 kilograms. That's what GTM stands for, weight on wheels. A GTM at a fully loaded ATM or fully loaded Caravan is 3,220 kilograms because the rest is on the tow ball. The weight per tyre, therefore, is approximately, because it won't be the same for each tyre, but you're trying to get it that way if you're sensible, is 432 kilograms, right? At tear, and 805 kilograms when we're fully loaded. So this left column is our tear weight and this right column is our fully loaded weight. So the percent of our maximum load, 432, is of 1,550, is 27.9%. And therefore for our fictitious Caravan, our highway pressure would be 26.3 psi. Alright, that's when we're empty. And when we're fully loaded, the weight per tyre is 805, which is 52% roughly speaking. And therefore our pressure will be 45.5 psi for this fictitious van with my made up numbers. Now, therefore, it then goes on and says, well, let's explore this matter. We've got an off-road van. We want to travel in outback Australia, and it says at tear we would run 80%, which is 21.1 psi, and when fully loaded we'd run 36.4 psi. Those are 80% of the highway pressures. If we were silly enough to drag our Caravan onto Stockton Beach or Fraser Island, we would run these pressures. Notice it also says that maximum recommended speed is 80 kilometers an hour, and for sand driving our maximum recommended speed is 50 kilometers an hour. Good luck doing those kinds of speeds towing a Caravan, by the way. All right, so there you go. Now let's try a different Caravan. Let's go back up here and say we've got a 1200 kilogram tare weight, we've got a 2800 kilogram excuse me, ATM. We'll delete that GTM. We'll put in our coupling weight of 115, and there you go. This is looking good. We'll say 2800 is our axle group. So there you go. This is, well, that's a bit unreasonable. 1600 kilogram payload. Let's change that a little bit and make it 2000. That's probably more like a hybrid. Okay, what have I messed up? Oh, 200. That's more like a hybrid. So now you can see this is our fictitious hybrid Caravan, and we need to change the coupling weight now because I changed the tare. Let's make it 188. Okay, there you go. So we've now got a fictitious hybrid Caravan. Our GTM's 2612. Our minimum coupling weight's 188, which is 9.4%. The minimum coupling weight when we're fully loaded is 263, and our payload capacity, typical of a hybrid, is 800 kilograms. Now, I'm just going to experiment with tyres here because, bear in mind, I don't really know what might be on this van, but it's because it's fictitious. But let's now change this. We'll say, let's stick with the 1550 tyres, and this is fairly typical for a hybrid. 1550 at 80 is fairly typical, but we've got two wheels carrying a load on a hybrid, and this is where you can get into trouble sometimes. Because sometimes they specify the wrong tyre. You might want one that's 1800 kilograms capacity. It doesn't look too bad for this van. We've got a GTM at tare, we've got a weight per tyre at tare, and we've got a percentage, and then we've got a pressure. So you can see when we're empty, we'd run 51 psi. When we're full, we'd run 60, 70 psi. And there's our gravel pressures, and there's our sand pressures if we were silly enough to drag it onto sand. Mind you, these are starting pressures. You can go lower than that, but you must go slower than that. So there you go. There's a little introduction to our Caravan weight and tyre pressure calculator. So now, go on over, make sure you join the Caravan Confidence Crew, $6 a month, get lots of access to lots of resources. Some of them still in the pipe work, but they're coming down, and we'll give you something new as often as we can. I'll also give you discounts to our Caravan tours and our four-wheel drive tag-along tours. So head on over, join the Caravan Confidence Crew at learntotow.com.au.